So we're in a really unexpectedly lovely place today, and we're gonna, gonna describe to you where it is with a little pun. So, what are your favourite type of elderly people? Is it granddads? Yeah. I'm not even sorry about that joke. Hopefully you like it. So this is a place called Ornance. I don't know if that's how you say it, so I'll give you that disclaimer, but I hope it is. We actually thought the site was quite a bit different to what it is, but we're really mainly pleasantly surprised. So check out this behind me. So this is the air here. It's just kind of a strip. It's not the most glamorous, the actual air itself. There's the van, the foils in. And if I swing around to this way, there's one more camper down there. We only just fit in. Let's talk about I can give you the downers. But we only just fit in, like we are 7.5 meters with a bike rack on the back. And it's just kind of leaving enough room for other motorhomes to get through. So if you're any bigger than us, careful. But look at this. This is where it's great. That's the town there. You probably can't see, but I'm on the top of a massive bank, and then there's a road with some lunatics on it, I will admit. There's the odd motorbike flying past. And then there's just this lovely French town just there. And there was a man out playing music in a music box. And this bit here in the centre, there's a little tower, a lift tower that takes you down into the town. And that bit's great. I mean, that's a hell of a view. But then actually behind us, I'm going to get blinded, but up there, we've got the most magnificent stuff. There's a statue up there, which is absolutely lovely, some sort of religious statue. And then over this side, you've got the lovely houses there, very Swiss in influence, it feels like. Where's that other bit? Is that it there? There's some other like castle, mountain, very exotically placed houses at the top there. And it's a really beautiful place. I think we haven't really got any time because of Brexit. Brexit means we have to leave the country because we've been in Europe too long, or nearly too long, nearly at the maximum length, so we need to keep moving north. But I would love to stay here for another couple of days. So if you've got some time on your hands, come to this place. It's also a bit quirky. There's a few things I really like about it. It's on a bit of a slant. Let's talk about another negative. It's on a bit of a slant, but the road surface is good, and like I said, as long as you're not too long, you'll be fine to come here. The electric points, what's good about them, let's wander over to one. The sun's just beautiful at the minute. Not my son. It's probably up to no good. No, he's not. He's good. He's a good guy. These are the electric points, which kind of I would just thought were standard, and then I did some research. Hey, might be reversed for you actually, but 10 amp rather than 6 amp. That's quite unusual. Normally it's 6 amp, and you have to be careful not to trip them out. Somebody on Part for the Night says that they've got a big heater in their van, and they managed to come here in the winter and keep warm because normally it trips out the 6 amp. So that's really good. So if you've got draw a little bit more electricity, or like I said in winter, you've got that, which is really nice. Got an entry barrier system just at the front, and there's a kiosk there, but no one's there. It's all unmanned. So price, I think it was 10 or 12 euros. I'll check, I'll flash it up. And there's nothing else to pay. I'm going to show you now what happened with the water situation. Right guys, we're going to have some fun. The one area in motorhome life which always makes us laugh is filling up the white water. So that's your drinking water, you're washing up water, the clean water in your van. Now when we first got the motorhome, we were kind of like advised to get this type of hose, which is literally just, I think probably like a 18 to 20 mil flexible plastic hose. And it's really good because the wide diameter means that it fills up really quick. But it doesn't have any connectors other than this little blue valve here. Can we see it? And this thing likes to blow off of places. But, so we use this when we want to fill up quickly, but it's always a bit of a nightmare. So then we got another hose, which I might have to use in a minute. And it's much better because it connects directly to the tap and it stays on, which is great. But it's 3 tiny, God, what diameter would they be? Maybe like 8mm, maybe less than that, maybe 3 little 5mm tubes that are all connected together, which means that they fill up a lot slower. So I much prefer trying to chance it with the blue hose, even though it's going to blow off and make a mess. Or I've got to put the green hose on and wait so long for things to fill up. When you get sites like this one is code, and then you get 10 minutes of water. And some people have complained about it, but I don't know what it's going to be like, so I'm trying the quick hose to see how that's going to go, but it's probably going to be a nightmare, but let's see what happens. So, branchez votre tuyau, connect your hose, sachez votre code, enter your code, and then open the tap for the robinet. I learnt that recently, so 4652. Oh, read it. Oh yes, and then 6 at the end. Good, here we go then, let's see what happens. Do this. What does that say? Enter votre code. Let's try it again. Four, 6, 5, 2, 6. 4, 6, 5, 2, 6. Do you have to press star, or do you have to press something? Sachez votre code, unless it's this. There's another code on here. 201. And then there's a Y though. What do you do for that? Ah, this is not going well. Right, we are a go. I could not get it to work. I must have tried about 5 or 6 times, and then I tried other numbers that were on the receipt, and then I realised some genius had left a little note here. Sachez votre code plus 1, so plus 1. So you have to press you have to press 1 as well after your code to select water. I don't know why. And now you can see that we're having the time of our lives doing our normal game, filling up as much water as we can in 10 minutes. Which the pressure feels quite good, at least it's staying on there. I'm losing a little bit, but this is much better than using my other hose. One last thing about this site, we've stayed here 2 days, we've loved it, it's been beautiful, the town is lovely. We've had our COVID tests here, which we're waiting for the results of. Ooh, I can go home. It's just beautiful, the river. It's kind of like a mini village version of Zurich, if you've ever been to Zurich, which is Mel's favourite city now. But a few things about this site which could be better. One is that I can't find any bins, and I think that I might have seen someone say that on Park, like maybe they're here, but it's not really a big site, so I don't know where they're hidden. But I would still definitely come back here, because you don't often get a site which is so in the city, in such a beautiful place. This town, this Ornance, it's just lovely, and we haven't even scratched the surface of exploring it. So I would, if I were you, and I will come back here. You should. Bonjour, bonjour. It is a beautiful, bright April morning, and we are in a place called Trep. I think Trep. Oh, Vincent's pulling my arm. I've got Vincent out on a lead attached to my arm, so there's going to be some extra wobble today. So we're kind of just east of Lyon. So we're only, I'm guessing, a couple of hours from the Italian border. And then, like I said, this is one of the last sites that I could find. There's one more an hour away where you've got what I would call full balance of like essential amenities for us people that work, digital nomads. So let's look at this one, and you can see what you think, because I was kind of wasn't sold on it, but now I like it. So yeah, let's have a look. This is called the Lac du Soleil. You can see it's got 14 pitches. There are electric terminals kind of like dotted around, and they all seem quite good. They're all 6 amp. You've got all the facilities you need. There is, well, it says there's Wi-Fi, but actually we haven't been able to find it, and we're parked fairly close. If you have a look over there, we're just there, and I'm assuming the Wi-Fi terminals are normally like in here, so Wi-Fi is currently not working, or we're not being able to pick it up on any of our devices. And yeah, but the site itself is not really that beautiful. It's just like, you know, just like a bric-a-brac hard standing. The pitches are fairly level, which is good. And there is, as we can see right in the distance, there is a basketball court / football area, which is really, really lovely touch. And we blew some bubbles in there yesterday, which was fun. So we've got normal pay open kiosk type thing, which is good. So you can just pay by card. You don't have the hassle like a lot of airs where you need change and stuff. So that's obviously better in these Corona times. And there's the card flasher. And yeah, it's good. I mean, I'll show you some of the other facilities. Unfortunately, once again, there's no recycle facility. It's just a huge bin there. I think it was €10 for the night. Like I said, it's kind of beautiful in its own way. I do really like the trees, and I always say that about these sites, but the trees are particularly beautiful, and the moon last night was an absolute delight. It was through these trees actually we could see a full moon. So we're at the Whitewater terminal now. This is like what I'd call old school French terminals. Push button, and then they just kind of slowly release and let out the water. And there's power sockets here, but I don't know if they work. But this is just kind of your standard Euro relay terminal. It's got a toilet emptying facility here, and these ones have flushes, which is quite good. So there's a flush mechanism down here, and when you empty in toilet, you can flush it away. And you can even flush away the grey on this one, which is quite advanced. It's quite cool. But just a few things, you probably all know this, but look out for, make sure you're filling up with the right water when you come to Europe. You'll either see, if you're in France, you'll see the de l'eau potable, that word, so drinking water, or you'll see this symbol. See the little tap icon, and if you're in Germany, you'll see Trinkwasser. So you just got to make sure you got the right thing. Whereas this one, I mean, it does. This is really good, and they generally do. It tells you there, that little red sign, don't drink this. You probably know that, but just in case, so you don't get a dicky tummy. But yes, good, nice facility, well worth €10 for the night, and hopefully.
Hi, Dad.
Hello. So yeah, it's good.
You need to brush your teeth.
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Okay.
I didn't think so. So we're packing.
Can you say hello?
Hello, Angela.
It's not Angela. But yeah, so we really like. Do you like this place? Yep. There you have it. Really, really nice place. Come and stay. You heard it from the Queen herself. Do you like it here, Roo?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favourite bit about this site?
Probably the basketball kind of park thing.
We did a lot of bubbles in there. We've lost our football. Vincent kind of popped it, and now we've kind of lost it. So that's a shame. Anyway, love you and leave you. Bye bye.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are?
Bonjour. Today we are in a lovely site in a place called Viola. I think that's how you pronounce it, which is near Lyon, kind of northwest of, maybe just west actually of Lyon. About 40 minutes, and it's really lovely. We actually found this by accident because we were going to go further, but the French curfew caught us out again and we weren't going to make it, so we had to find somewhere quick. And this place has got 5 stars, and you can kind of see why. It's very lovely. So it's a caravan camping car park site again, so here you go. Got one of these lovely signs on entry, and then it's normal. It's the normal thing where you need to buy the card, and then you can come in and access the site, and it's like a card reader. You just flash it up. But there's a lovely village that you come through, and this is just on the outskirts of the village, and it's got some interesting features. I mean, the first interesting feature is the view. If I turn around, it doesn't even do it justice to how deep that valley is there, and how far you can actually see. It's really lovely. View is astounding, and the drive up here, oh my god. In fact, the drive up here is good, but the drive back down is even better because we had to go back down to the shop. So I would say that the main shop, there is a boulangerie, and there's a few things in this town, but there's not much. So the nearest supermarket is about 15 minutes drive into, what's the name of the town? I'll pop it up. But there's yet more features at this place which we really, really like. I like that they've demarked the pitches with little wooden logs, which is really, really lovely, and they're fairly wide. It's not been busy. We've been here for 2 days now, and there's been 2 other campers, and they've just come and gone. There's a normal, it's just a standard water terminal, but this is the best bit. Well, not the best bit, the view is the best bit, but this is a really cool bit. Look at this, they've got their own beige TARDIS. How French, how typically Doctor Who French. No, there's this tiny, this is like tourist information box, and it's just lovely. Let me show it to you. Right, so this is the tourist information box right next to the water terminal. Standard water emptying thing that you see around here. And Rufus wants to tell you about it.
And it is like filled with thousands of flies, like thousands and
That's definitely not a childlike exaggeration. Thousands of flies.
And
you're gonna go in
if you
it?
go in there, they will attack you.
So there's some...
I don't want to do this because it is very
In you go there.
weird. One actually just flew into my eye.
In reality, there are a few flies in there, but it's not the end of the world.
It's
But
like
it's
100.
just a nice little feature that they've got a nice little tourist information thing with some leaflets in there.
I got
Hold
a
your
bit
breath
scared.
and run in there.
I got a bit scared because one of them flew into my hair.
So, for an absolutely lovely view, close to Lyon, come here. Brilliant, 5 stars, and you can see why. We haven't been able to try the boulangerie yet, but we hear it's good. So yeah, enjoy.
Come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are. I've been thinking of how to leave you.
Morning. Right, we are in an unusual one today. It's probably going to be our last night in France. Last night in Europe for a while. But this place, it's another camping car park, which I know, God, we've been to so many of these lately, but I'll explain more while we've been using them on another vlog at another point. Look at that. Who's this? It's in the window here. Vincent. I've just taken him out for a walk. So we've got Wi-Fi, we've got loads of pitches, you've got exactly the same barrier system you always see. And we are just kind of near a place called, I thought it would be pronounced Troyes, because that's how it sounds. That's how it reads, sorry, but it's actually pronounced Troyes, apparently. Or Troyes, maybe even without the S, I'm not sure. But we're here now, and we are a bit north of that, and it's a really, really nice place. The good points are it's pretty much new. The water facilities are all lovely and clean and everything. The hard standing is actually really beautiful. I looked outside last night when the light was fading. It looked like we were out in snow. It's really, really nice. There are lots of pitches. I think there's about 20 pitches, and they're all fairly level. So the site itself is good quality. The same points you always see on these type of sites. 6 amp. So loads and loads of great stuff. And the view from this side is we're just right next to just a small fence, and they've planted these bushes which haven't really come into their own yet. Like I said, it must be brand new. And it's just a lovely woodland area. If I scour around the other side of the van, just a really, really long view. It's very flat but very long. So it's beautiful, and it is new and it's convenient, which is good because it's right off the side of the main road. But herein lies the not so good parts. So pitches aren't super level, but they are quite level. But the noise, I think a lot of people won't like this site because of the noise. I don't find it that bad, but this area just here is a truck stop. There's loads of trucks there last night, so you do get the odd engine start up and stuff like that where people are on and off. I didn't notice it that much, but then maybe that's just me. But the road noise is formidable first thing pretty much straight away until fairly late time. It's not that bad. So yeah, I would say that what I was mentioning about this site is, I think it depends what time of day you come here and what time of day it is to which elements of this site you'll appreciate, if you think about it that way. Well, I do, because I like to think about things in a stupid way. So when you arrive here, I feel like you appreciate the pitches and you appreciate the splendour and the newness of the site and how nice it is. And I think that's good. And then when it gets to the evening, you're chilling out and you eat your food and you appreciate the view, but you don't really like the road there and the noise and the intrusion of it. But then in the morning, like when we're going to leave in about the next hour, I love that the road is right there, because I don't want to have to go through a massive list of massive network of roads to get back on the journey. So this is the thing about sites next to the main road, and we've covered a few recently. They are rubbish in a way, because you've got, you're right next to the noise, but then you've got the convenience of just being able to stop off on a travel and just get back on the road. So I'd be interested to know people's thoughts about whether you think airs are better next to main roads or not. So do you think airs are better next to main roads or not? Obviously, noise versus convenience, and maybe beauty as well, you could say, because it's compared to the rest of this, that is not as attractive. Although there is one great thing, possibly great thing. We're going to ascertain whether it's a great thing. Let me show you this. Tell them what it is, Ru. You can't see it, that's how good mine. This is looks like a games machine, but this is actually a... So we're going to try it. We've just read some reviews. Some people said that they got food poisoning, and one guy said it was amazing, so... So what happens? Yeah, here's the drainage and water facilities. Standard push button to stop, which is cool. Seen loads of these lately. It's the electric terminals, should you be coming in quick and want to power up. And then the entry point. I do love that they always go with the same colours and the branding, which is pretty cool. You always know these sites when you see the green pillars, which is awesome. And I like this fence as well for a bit more privacy. But as you can see, it's really, really spacious and nice, just beautiful. I love the stones they've used on this site. I wonder why this has got a better surface than most of them. I wonder if they're investing more money into them. Not sure, but it's good. J'aime. I just found something at this site which is hilarious. Right, so they've got the new motorhome site that we just showed you across the road, but there's some public toilets just here and the pizza machine, which we're spoken about. Just a second. And they've got this. They've got this down here, and I was like, what is that? And then I saw this sign of this guy, and it's a sign that's like, don't urinate, which is hilarious in itself. And then it's like, it says here, this is reserved for emptying the motorhomes, basically. This, yeah, tank dedicated to empty the motorhomes, and it just makes me laugh, because they've just got it out here, and it does look like a urinal. And B, I've had to put this sign up here to tell people to stop peeing in it. It's quite funny. Right, so this is it, last one. Our last stop in France for quite a while. We're heading back to the UK, which is sad times. You can see more about that on our different style vlogs. But we've had an amazing time reviewing all these sites and kind of learning about the different styled sites that there are and sharing them with people and hearing about other sites. Really appreciate you guys watching. And if you do go to any of these in years to come, please stick a comment down there, because we'd love to know if you had a good night, or even if it was terrible. Apologise if we've recommended it and you went there and there was nothing working. But generally, all airs are great, aren't they? You know, for what you get in. Yes, there are some that won't have certain things, but it's a safe, calm place to park, just to keep you on your journey. And as long as you don't expect too much from them, then you'll be alright. Anyway, love you and leave you. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.
viewing world